The first character of its kind comes to the big screen this weekend.
It's the loneliest feeling not to know who you are.
In time you'll remember.
The most anticipated film hitting the box office this week is Alita: Battle Angel, a science fiction live-action film starring a computer-generated lead female role named Alita. 20th Century Fox has been working hard on this film for over 20 years, and the groundbreaking computer technology will set the stage for the future of film. And in the music world today, so-called Atlanta-based rapper 21 Savage was released from ICE Wednesday after 9 days in detention for illegally staying in the U.S. for the last 13 years. Celebrities and public figures are voicing messages of support for the rapper, but he is still facing the possibilities of deportation. Check back next week for all your entertainment news. Back to you at the desk. Meet Denia Ramos, a woman from Huntington Beach with a passion for an art called henna. It is a semi-permanent dye that is created from leaves that grow in Africa and India. Denia invites guests into her home where she practices henna body art. I was invited over to see how beautiful the henna process is.
I do henna as a part-time job and as well as a hobby and a passion that I've always had.
Lines exceeded 30-minute wait times as thousands of people made their way up to the mountains for the second opening weekend. But these crowds create an unpredictable environment.
It's crowded because we only have 2 runs open, but so far it's been a good opening. Lots of safety tips. One, if you're gonna rest or chill out, go to the sides of the run rather than in the middle. Another tip is when you get off the chairlift, again, go off to the sides of the run to put your board on. Don't just stop in the middle because everybody else is getting off the chairlift, so you're just going to cause a big traffic jam.
An interfaith-based social justice community organization in Anaheim held an election result party on November 6th for the 2018 primary elections. The group's main focus was Proposition 10, an aim to issue rent control across California.
Como líder comunitaria es seguir trayendo beneficios para las personas en necesidad. Esto es solamente el comienzo, aquí empieza apenas esta lucha que no se ha perdido todavía. Vamos a tener que ir hasta donde tengamos que llegar para seguir viviendo con dignidad y sin miedo.
Tonight on OC News, we have details on the largest college admissions fraud in history. Stay tuned to find out how this scandal broke out and which well-known figures are currently in the middle of it all.
Also, color filled the skies in celebration of this fall's Passover to Spring. The world's biggest color party made its way to Los Angeles over the weekend.
And later, Fullerton women's basketball competes against our longtime rival Long Beach State as we both continue forward in the Big West tournament. All of this and more coming up ahead.
A good use of the space, but I will say it will affect faculty because it will take away those parking spaces. I just think we need to do a better job at funding projects. It's a lot of money for parking spaces. So I don't know is the parking structure gonna like play hip hop music and have a nightclub in it or a spa? Because the 40 million is like, you could build a nice hotel for that amount of money. So it'd be very interesting to wonder how we came up with that.
As of this morning, we officially have a new president here at Cal State Fullerton, and we could not be more thrilled with the decision. Our reporter Cheyenne McCarthy has all the info. Cheyenne?
Thanks, Brandy. We have some very exciting news today, Titan family. This morning, Fremrose Fragi was appointed by the California State University Board of Trustees to serve as the 6th permanent president of Cal State Fullerton. Fragi will begin his permanent role immediately after a temporary 14-month term appointment as campus president. In January of 2018, he was appointed by CSU Chancellor Timothy White to serve as president of CSUF until the next was appointed by the board. And he has served in that capacity since President Mildred Garcia's departure.
The FDA has just approved a drug to help those who battle depression but have had no success with other common treatments. The drug is Spravato, and it contains esketamine, and a chemical cousin of ketamine, a powerful anesthetic which is used illegally as a club drug, Special K. It will be administered as a nasal spray and has an instant impact, a great change as other treatments like Prozac can take weeks or months to work. Because of its potency for potential for abuse, it will be administered at the doctor's office and patients will be monitored for at least 2 hours afterwards. Spravado's main purpose is to treat patients who are considered treatment resistant, meaning nothing else works. Approximately 1/3 of those who suffer from major depression are in this category. The FDA granted the approval of Spravato to Janssen Pharmaceuticals, Inc.
I have dedicated time to do my part. Now it's time for you to do yours. Cheyenne McCarty reporting for OC News. Back to you in the studio. This is Cheyenne McCarty reporting to you live for The Report. Have a great holiday, everybody. Back to you in the studio.
How's it going? I'm Dakota. I'm one of the owners at American Dream, and I'm going to talk to you about beer.
All right, guys, today is the day to celebrate the legacy of the iconic game we all love, Pokemon, which was released by Nintendo in Japan on February 27, 1996. Pikachu, Squirtle, and Charmander turned 23 years old today, and this anniversary has fans all over the world feeling the nostalgia. That's all I have for you in the entertainment world today. Check back with us for more next week. I'm Cheyenne McCarty. Back to you ladies at the desk.
Other health news, an Ohio teen testified in front of a Senate Health Committee on Tuesday after defying his mother's wishes for him not to get vaccinated.
My name is Ethan Lindenberger, and I'm a senior at Norwalk High School, and my mother is an anti-vax advocate.
Ethan Lindenberger's Teen Rebellion made headlines last year on Tuesday. He shared his story with senators.
I went my entire life without numerous vaccines against diseases such as measles, chickenpox, or even polio.
The hearing has admitted increase in measles cases in the U.S., including recent outbreaks in Washington state and New York, and around the world. According to a CDC report, last year, the percentage of young children receiving no vaccines is on the rise.
The United to End Homelessness campaign was an initiative created through United Way in an effort to focus entirely on homelessness and eliminate it altogether. The goal of the collaborative is simple: end homelessness in Orange County in a humane and dignified way by providing long-term housing with supportive care to those who need it most. United to End Homelessness teamed up with UC Irvine to conduct a cost study regarding Orange County's homeless population. The summary concluded that it is 50% cheaper to help somebody permanently for 12 months than it is to leave them homeless on our streets. The reason being is when people are off the streets, the number of ambulance visits and arrests almost disappear completely.
A stunning announcement was made in Seattle, giving a new hope to those with HIV. A second person has experienced sustained remission from HIV-1, according to a case study published in the journal Nature. The findings were presented yesterday at the conference in Retroviruses and Opportunistic Infections. The unidentified patient received a bone marrow transplant to cure the Hodgkin's lymphoma that was killing him. In recovery process, he discovered that his HIV was slowly reversing. The viral infection affects those to 37 million people worldwide, and until now, it was considered a death sentence. Lead researcher of the study, Professor Ravindra Gupta, says, quote, "Stem cells therapies certainly are being aimed at. We were very excited and optimistic for the future."
This is Cheyenne McCarty reporting to you live from Big Bear Mountain for The Report. Catch you on the mountain, everybody. Back to you in the studio. Volunteer, donate, do what you can to help United Way turn this goal into a reality. For more information, visit www.unitedtoendhomelessness.org. I'm Cheyenne McCarty reporting for OC News. Back to you.